Final score, Manchester United 1, Rostov 0. United through 2-1 on aggregate and through to the next round of the Europa League. Good times, Ian.
Well, it's one blooming more week in Europe than City will have achieved this week, so yeah.
Sports back in the draw for them.
Definitely is. But no, it's slightly frustrating match. You sort of thought that we'd have enough to sort of go 2 or 3 goals, created a few chances in the first half that sort of got a bit frustrating at times. And you went in 0-0 at half time and thought, maybe a level word with them and they'll come out and. But it took to 70th, 75th, 80th minute before we scored. So it's one of those things. It's fucking hard to take as well.
I think it's part and parcel of like the Europa League, like because we're playing such like dire opposition. Like it's just like we almost just like adjust our play towards them. They came and just kind of sat back, and we just like, especially in the first half, I thought that we just took plenty of time on the ball. It's like, okay, you're going to sit back, but we're going to have plenty of touches on the ball, and we're going to. Do you reckon?
I suppose it was. In a sense, they obviously didn't want to start the first 10 minutes. The ref at times today was brilliant for letting the play just play on. Fouls that every other Premier League would have given and stopped and started constantly. But could have been one of those games tonight. But he let a lot of fouls go a lot of the time. But the first 10 minutes, their players were going down. And you're thinking, Jesus Christ, we're going to have one of these games where we end up with a load of bookings. In the end, I think it was only one that he brandished. I think it took him to the 85th minute to find his cards. But fair play to him for that in that respect. But I think they tactically did that so that they was on the floor and breaking up play because they didn't want to be hit by a goal in the first 10 minutes off United and know that they had a uphill challenge. Yeah. We got to the second half, 0-0, and they started to come out of it. And I think Jose sort of gambled on that happening. Obviously, the goal comes from a decent counter-attack. I've watched it back on the replays. It's a nice little flick by Zlatan to put in Mata. And obviously then you want us to actually go on and play game on, and bloody hell, we were stood there going, this free kick on the 90th. Well, I don't even know what bloody minute it was because the referee decided to.
4 minutes extra time, were there?
4 minutes extra time that was called on the 88th minute. I was like, what? Alan Keegan needs to.
That's how bored he was. I was like, oh nah, fuck this. We need some more action.
I heard it, looked confused. They even looked around to see if the fourth official was doing it at the same time. Maybe they were just making it up as they went along.
Let's make this time a bit more exciting. 4 extra minutes, but I thought it was a decent win. 2-1 on aggregate. As I says, considering the opposition and how they're set up. Decent result. Maybe we should have not scored more in the first half, but when you've got all those men in the box, and it's kind of really sometimes it is hard to kind of pick a pass through, what's going on.
Yeah, I suppose so. At times I thought we weren't playing as direct as possible. There was a lot of balls out wide, trying to get some crosses in, and they literally had their back five in the box when it got to that point in the thingy. You thought, we played it a little bit quicker, then we get Valencia in behind, and that might create something. Yeah, tactically that's what they came back to do, and we set up similar today as well. So I think maybe the second half you just wanted him to branch out, change to the change of obviously Blind going off. You thought, hey, Ashley Young putting on him, and you've got a Young and a Valencia combo, 2 wingers now changed back to wing backs, and you think, oh, well, we'll have a go at him here, and he brings on bloody Phil Jones.
Yeah. But I thought that was a bit odd because, like, as I was saying to you, that like really what he should have done when he took Blind off, he should have put Young on and played Young in the same position, but then Young would have had that pace to kind of run and perhaps take on players and put more balls on up front. Whereas Jones, he just went straight to the back, and it's like we're sitting back.
Yeah, we said it at the time that tactically it looks that way, and you're thinking, well, why we and I heard it off a couple of people behind me coming out the stadium. We lacked a bit of an attacking sort of ambition in the second half to go and get a second after the first, but even at times just to get more than one. But it was job done in the end, I suppose. We go into the next round, we look at who we can pick up some tasty European aways.
Yeah, there is. I'm just looking at the list now. There's Ajax, Celta Vigo, Anderlecht, Schalke, Lyon, Genk, Besiktas. Who would you like out of that list?
I think the two to miss are obviously Besiktas and Lyon because of their big sort of ones. Lyon especially look quite dangerous. I don't know. I think possibly one of the Belgian, Danish teams, Ajax, would obviously be a fan's favourite there. To go and see them in Holland would be a superb sort of thing. But then again, you've got Anderlecht, Genk, Belgium. They're quite close by. You know, after we've had these trips of them in Russia, in Ukraine.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
It might be a bit better to get one closer to home with a decent allocation and a lot of Reds travelling.
Yeah, I think trip-wise, Anderlecht or maybe Genk would be good for us.
Even Schalke.
Yeah.
I think Schalke,
Schalke,
Schalke would be a good shot because obviously Germany.
Yeah, I do love going to Germany to, you know, you've got like a massive square, you know what I mean, plenty of beers just, you know what I mean, for the picking, and you know, it's always a good trip when, you know, going to Germany to play football, you know, no matter who it's against.
I suppose the one thing is the fact, do we want to come out of the hat first or second again? We came out second this time, played the away tie first, and that affects you in the next round as well. It comes quite close in April now. You know, we've got quite a congested April fixture list. Maybe you want to have a game here where you can put the game to bed and not go chasing away goals when you do a return leg. I think that might be preferable. Whoever we play, to be honest, I think if you're sensible about it and hopefully get a home draw first, then you know we can put a game to bed. Hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like, you know, anyone who we drew out of that list would be pretty decent. To be fair, I mean, I know you've got the Lyon and the Besiktas, but you know, I still think that, you know, perhaps if the, you know, set up, you know, if we had a full squad and set up decently, you know, we could beat any of those teams.
Yeah, well, obviously picking up the sort of injuries tonight, Blind, Pogba. Well, I said it during the game that Pogba needs a break because Fellaini came on and a lot of people went, oh, Fellaini. But to be fair, he played better than Pogba tonight, and I'd even go as far as saying that he came on and played better than Pogba on Monday night against Chelsea.
But that weren't hard, come on. Not according to Jose, though.
No. But, you know, he came on and he does a job. He actually, you know, gets in and about, passes the ball, plays the simple football. I've said it time and time again with Pogba. He doesn't play the basic footballs at time. And tonight, he could do all the flexing tricks tonight. And I think this actually might be a decent break for him. You know, it'll be a couple of weeks off. We've got an international break that'll hopefully, you know, mean that he's not missing too many games. And yeah, it gives him a bit of a break. It gives Jose a bit of an headache. Obviously, midfield at weekend, you've got Carrick was obviously sat out tonight, didn't come on at all. Probably with a game in mind for Sunday against Middlesbrough. You know, we've got Hander out for for thingy. So you're looking at midfield three of Mata, Carrick, possibly Jesse Lingard.
Yeah, I think with Pogba, I think Jose is right to a certain extent that, you know, there is, you know, a lot of pressure being put on him. But, you know, like when you think of his first 10 games for United in comparison to the second 10 games, in the second 10 games there was like a huge improvement in regards to, you know, goals, passing and assists, and you know, fair enough, he has had a few bad games, and I think he just needs to kind of improve himself in, you know, when he plays against, you know, the top six teams. But, you know, like, you know, he's only just turned 24. I think it's what it is as well with a lot of people that I think they just feel the need to be entertained. They're like, oh yeah, this guy's like so expensive, you know what I mean? He must be like the finished article straight away. But you know, early days. I think it's still early days, and I think that there's still players to come in who, you know, perhaps, you know, where we can like put Pogba in a more advanced position and he can flourish a bit better as opposed to where he is now, you know, playing, you know, behind your midfield.
Yeah, I'd agree with most of that. I think someone actually made an analogy about go back and have a look at when Zinedine Zidane and what he was doing at 23, 24-year-old. He was still playing for Bordeaux. He didn't actually break in
the Toto Cup.
That was all he'd won. And look at the player that he went on to be. Obviously, Pogba's And there was another part to something that somebody said, that he would actually be applauded and delighted if he'd stayed here and became into the first team, similar to Jesse Lingard has done. Yeah. He would be a legend in that sort of way, in the way that we know about United's youth system and the way that we like to bring these players through. Yeah, obviously he went away to Juventus and did a superb, few seasons. He's won some trophies. He's got himself into the international scene. Quite early, and he's become quite an important player. But yeah, there's a lot of pressure on his shoulders, and like I said, I think this couple of weeks off might do him the world of good. He might come back, because I don't think Jose would have dropped him, despite some people might have said that it's time for him to have a break. It's the same with Zlatan as well in the league. His ban is probably going to do him the world of good. You could see tonight that he was eager for a goal. There was two chances that were blatantly in my mind that you could see he was just hungry to get a goal. There was one in the first half and he could have put Mkhitaryan through, one in the second half, and I think it might have been Mkhitaryan or Mata again, and he went greedy with it, and nothing came of it. And you thought those two opportunities any other day, if he'd have been happy and not wanting to score goals, but that's Zlatan and possibly his ego and wanting to be Zlatan and his goal records and all these sort of things, then you might start on another day you might put them through. We might have won 3-0.
Who knows? This Sunday we've got Borough. Can we go on and win that? Karanka just got the sack for Borough. How are the Borough players gonna take to that? They're going to do what Leicester did, the Leicester players did, and suddenly turn into the world beaters that they are, or give us a bloody nose.
Well, it's always been a thing, hasn't it? You sack a manager gets sacked, and there's a response the next game round. They at times look. I watched them against City, and I've actually said to a few City fans that I know that they're your bogey team, especially when it comes to cup matches, and they actually agreed on the night as well. But I watched their FA Cup match against City, and they didn't really offer that much, and I didn't know if it was just line-up or anything like that. Not really. It's Middlesbrough. We've not played them for since the 90s or something, isn't it? So.
Janino was playing for him last time, wasn't he?
It's a different ball game when you've got Ravanelli and Janino playing for you. So,
Gareth Southgate is the boss.
Bloody hell, now we are going back. But yeah, I think that, it's a different ball game now. So I just hope that we come with a strong squad and we get 3 points and we literally come away from that game picking up from dropping points again at home. I've said it time and time again this season that we've come here against lesser teams and dropped points where we didn't need to. And even if you look at the record, the record of our season, we've lost 4 games all season. Now you think about the amount of games we've had; it's unbelievable. Yeah. And 2 of those, the only 2 of those, are in the Premier League. Cheers, pal. Yeah, we've been in the exec club, pal. I don't know why he's offered me that, as if I'd never been in there. Prawn sandwich. And what's McCall? But I think the Borough's a game that we need to get back onto winning games. There's a hell of a lot of matches coming up in April. That City game that's been evading us for the past the past month now. In actual fact, it's going on a month because it was supposed to be the end of February, wasn't it? That's going to come up towards the end of April, I suppose. So there's some big games in there as well. Chelsea coming here is another one. So I think you get back onto winning ways. Obviously tonight was times frustrating, but it was a job done. That's it, we get next round, and Jose's using it the same way as he did at Chelsea. He's using it as a way to get back into Europe, and the more and more that we do slip up, is the more and more that he's got to concentrate on trying to win it.
Well, hey, going to wrap it up there, mate. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Check out the website, www.thepeoplesperson.com. Follow us on Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, all the social media. United People's TV. Put your comments in the box below. Was Pogba poor today? Was Zlatan greedy? Did he want to kind of take all the glory? Were they really so defensive that all we had was to kind of try and put balls in over the top, or try and break them down unsuccessfully for 70 minutes? Yeah, is Fellaini the new Zidane? Right, guys. Thanks for watching. Till next time. Come on, the Reds.